right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Just Learn Crypto Show. We're here today with Steve Wand from Helium Chain. So, Steve, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Helium Chain and what you do for Helium?
Excellent. So yes, I'm Steve Wand, based in Waterloo, Ontario. I have been with Helium about 15 months. I am their Chief Marketing Officer. So my main goal with Helium is to get our brand awareness out there, social media-wise as well. I'm responsible for the Facebook and Twitter portion of our social media. As far as the coins we got to 100 minted coins from Finite by Design. I'm responsible for that as well.
Nice.
And then moving forward at the conferences, we will have booths and whatnot that I'll be responsible for booking those, as well as all the swag and everything else that we're giving away. So we do plan to actually load some of those coins, Helium coins, we say 10, 25 Helium, and give those away for the most return on social media and whatnot, or most retweets or whatnot of our of what we put out there.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I go to a lot of conferences. I've seen you at a lot of conferences. We end up, rubbing elbows quite a bit. And it's definitely one of the most important things to get a brand out there and to get a company known is the marketing. So you've got a really important job in this company to get them out there. And you're doing a great job already. A lot of people are talking about Helium Chain, especially that you guys are based out of Canada here. You guys just got listed on CoinMarketCap as well. Do you want to talk about how that process went down?
Yes, so our community, technically, our project is community-based. So it's actually about, the core team is about, I would say, made up of about 9 people spread out across the globe. Some of us have never met before, but, there's a trust factor there. So we're, I guess, as far as responsibilities, we have a lot of contacts combined with the core group. I would say we have at least 150,000+ on social media that we can reach out to.
Nice.
I know someone else was responsible for that other than myself, but we were listed on CoinMarketCap, I believe, last Wednesday. They also put a piece out about new coins listed, so we were highlighted on their news page as far as new coins listing. And then yesterday or last night or early this morning, I believe, our founder, Jason Cassidy, posted as well that Helium also did kind of a revision of their coins. And Helium was one of them, sorry. We did a review of the coin, and it was a very, pro article, kind of described it exactly what we are. We're community-based, no outside funds were taken. What we're trying to achieve is, instead of kind of going reverse model, which I know from working in my banking days, typically product comes to you and says, here's a product, sell it, with no input from the sales force who's actually talking and engaging with the customers.
Yeah.
So we essentially built the product first, went out to market with a bunch of North American and UK customers, kind of went out to them and said, here's what we've built. What do you want baked into this that's important to you that maybe we've missed, which I think is important. So they've said, in some cases, this isn't important to us. This definitely is, which, you've under highlighted. So working with them, I think we've got a product we've released for the infrastructure, construction, oil and gas industries that has got their feedback kind of baked into it. So I think we've got a fantastic product that they will want to utilize because it's exactly what they've asked for. Instead of us coming out and saying, here's some software, trying to throw it down their throat and it's something they don't even need.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so why don't you walk us through Helium Chain? So a lot of our followers, we have a lot of new people into crypto.
Yes.
Give us a simple rundown of Helium Chain. What problem is it solving? What middlemen is it cutting out? And, what utility does it have for the community?
Actually, yeah, that's a very good question. So I guess an overview of what Helium's trying to achieve. So in construction, there's a standard being set, which is called BIM, B-I-M. Just like an ISO. So a lot of the major corporations, the Fortune 500s in the world, they want to be, ISO 9002 registered and whatnot. It sets a bar very high. It tells their customers and gets their brand out there saying, we've achieved this goal. We're at the upper echelon of what we do. So as far as Helium, with BIM level 3 in the UK especially, as well as in North America and almost worldwide, there's a standard that if you're upholding, you're not buying regrind material, you're not trying to cut corners. You're doing exactly, you're buying, the proper material. You're meeting timelines and everything else. You would be then, say that we are registered for BIM level 3. which, if you're bidding on things, that's a huge thing to be able to positive to be able to say.
Yeah.
And a lot of times only certain, major companies would get this, who've upheld, some serious, I guess, just they can't, if you drop the bar once, you can lose this.
Yeah.
So we built this in and been talking to a lot of BIM customers throughout North America. So SAP, IBM, so there's some major brands that we're talking with that, working with them. I think a lot of major customers are going to utilize us for removing a ton of middlemen. Taking the information is not siloed any longer. It is all on the blockchain.
Yeah.
You can do off-chain as well for efficiency reasons. Is as far as our back end with staking and dividends daily, you can instead of just having your coins sitting and hodling them. Now I'm a hodler myself, but as far as why would you want to have daily dividends of coins you're holding anyway?
Yeah,
so by downloading the Helium client or wallet on a desktop or laptop, you can stake your Helium coins. You can also set up master nodes for 1,000 Helium. So Helium, as far as from an investment standpoint, is fantastic. As far as from an enterprise level, it's something that I believe there's going to be a lot of uptick from the community in the construction and oil and gas and infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because what we've got is very unique. It is in market live. There's on and off ramps as far as Cryptopia, Crex24 are two exchanges that are centralized that now list the token. Trading pairs are BTC, LTC, and Doge. So which is nice to have all three.
Yeah.
And then we also got listed on our first DEX, Crypto Bridge. And I know Crypto Bridge is one of the most popular with some more volume, and it's a little more user friendly than other DEXs.
Yeah.
So I think we're covering our bases pretty quickly. Being listed on CoinMarketCap definitely helped, and I think last week we went from say 35 cents to about 86 cents.
Wow.
So we saw a nice spike.
That's a huge jump, man. I mean,
very good. I mean, anyone in the community now. It was funny because we split from Spreadcoin October 9th of 2017. So, not overly proud to say, but it did take, 375 days for us to do the airdrop, completely. Now, we didn't want to rush anything. We did it properly. We had some serious beta partners that were watching what we were doing. So we didn't want to just rush things to get it live like other people have done and made that mistake. And they might not even be around to tell that story now. So we definitely... We want to do it the right way, so we did take more time, but I think we did it the way we wanted to, and I think it's going to be very successful.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing all that. I mean, in this space, the influence behind a company really makes all the difference. I mean, you're an OG crypto guy. You've been into cryptocurrency for a long time. I think you were one of the first guys with a Bitcoin ATM in Waterloo.
I had the 691st Bitcoin ATM in the world, there was one in Waterloo about a year before me, very short period of time, a La Salle one, and I think they ran into banking issues and went away.
Yeah,
they didn't do any marketing. Normally, knew they were here, and then my machine's been in Waterloo for about 2.5 years. It's a Genesis Coin 2A machine. It's fantastic, and I think in Waterloo I've kind of planted a flag here. So between the younger generation going to University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier, who are meeting me through that. I go to a lot of Ethereum and blockchain meetups at University of Waterloo, where Vitalik went to school for 6 months. So it's a computer science school, mathematics. So there's a lot going on there. A lot of people in the community know that if you need help with something, I'm kind of the go-to guy. But you're right. I have been traveling a lot to these conferences, so I would say 2 weeks of the month, I am here to assist people with the machine and just, get them on exchanges if they need to buy altcoins, get some Ethereum, things like that. And then if not, I'm at a conference, probably bumping into you, Ken, or someone we know.
Yeah. These conferences are a lot of fun. And I was chatting with a buddy of mine yesterday about how we both kind of feel like these crypto conferences are kind of missing the point. A lot of these crypto conferences, you're surrounded by all these companies that are either startups or they're established crypto companies. A lot of the guests and a lot of the attendees are crypto people already. And we were discussing how, these crypto companies should be presenting their companies at a non-crypto event to bring in the people that aren't already into crypto. I feel like a lot of these conferences, it's just very inclusive, and it's great. You get to bump into the same people, you're making friends, you're seeing your crypto friends, or the crypto fam, as we like to call it. Does Helium have any plans on presenting at any conferences, either crypto or not crypto, coming up in the future?
Yes, 100%. We recognize that there is a lack of, say, blockchain or even distributed ledger technology companies present at these conferences. I myself, as the chief marketing officer, who is in charge of the booths and booking these conferences, we definitely will be doing that. Helium has a development fund. So if we know certain conferences are coming up that's going to be impactful for us, we can vote as kind of the core base. And then from there, if it's justified, we would definitely, get a boost. The more swag, the better. I myself is doing it kind of on a solo right now until we went live, only because of certain announcements and partners that we had to kind of keep on the down low, just competition and whatnot. But now that we're live and we want to be as transparent as possible and contact and reach out to as many as possible.
Yeah,
we definitely will be attending these, not only crypto conferences to get our name known in the crypto community, which is very important. But as well, if we are there with, say, PayPal, some other distributed ledger technology, and the only true blockchain who's listed live is on the ball, will fly around the globe, to meet and handhold, then it's something we definitely have an advantage. And we want to stand out because you're right. If we just continually talk to the crypto fam, and one or two new people are coming to these conferences, we need hundreds of new people coming. Now, keep in mind, we need them with the right attitude and open-minded. We don't really need the banksters, and the Ripple people coming into this.
It's a necessary evil. I mean, at the end of the day, I really see it as a necessary evil. I mean, I feel like a lot of these crypto companies are getting it in their heads that, like, no one, people outside of crypto, they don't want to talk about it, and I'm going to get laughed at, or they're not interested, so I'm just going to target people that are already into crypto. Well, that's a hurdle that we got to get over. That's sales. That's sales 101. You're going to get 80% of your sales after you hear the word no. I mean, that's standard practice, right? So, me and you were talking about the Satoshi's Ball that me and Ken Bozak are throwing here in Ottawa on December 15th.
Right.
I'm super excited about this event. It's going to be amazing. We're actually inviting mostly business owners in Ottawa that aren't into crypto yet. We want to bring them into the crypto space and have as many merchant companies and blockchain companies there so that these business owners can actually interact with you guys, with Helium. I know you're going to be coming out and partying and hanging out with us. So,
sure.
A lot of people are going to be there that aren't into crypto or maybe know nothing about blockchain, and you'll have the opportunity to explain Helium to these people that are, really new to the space. So the Satoshi's Ball that we're doing, it's kind of a new thing, a new style of conference whereby, of course, we're inviting crypto people and we want as many crypto people to come as possible. But our main demographic for people that we're inviting is going to be the no-coiners, the business owners in Ottawa. I personally believe in, and this is we have a consulting division with Just Learn Crypto, where we're reaching out to the community in Ottawa to integrate these merchant services into non-crypto businesses in Ottawa and get them accepting cryptocurrency. We've done a great job already. I mean, Ottawa is turning into a pretty big hub for cryptocurrency. You can go and buy a car right downtown with Bitcoin now, which is incredible. We've got Canada's first crypto.
I remember seeing the gentleman speak in Ottawa when I was there at the conference. That's right.
Yeah, we threw a conference this summer to kind of launch the Just Learn Crypto brand. You came out. That was awesome. So other than Satoshi's Ball, which I'm hoping you're going to be able to make it out for, pending crazy weather or something. We do get some crazy weather in Canada. Other than that, what's your next stop?
I am going to go to the World CryptoCon in Vegas.
Nice.
So I will be there for, I know it's Ken's 30th birthday. He's very excited about that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. It was great as well. I just got back from the Los Angeles from the Crypto Invest Summit down there.
Yeah, you look like you had a blast. I saw that picture with this two Spider-Man holding the flag up.
Yeah, I missioned around LA. Got some cool shots. Got to meet Tim Draper kind of personally. That was fun. Saw Steve Wozniak speak, which is Steve Wozniak. I'm a huge Apple fan and Jobs, I guess, collector. So that was good to see him. But Daniel Ross, who made the rise of Bitcoin, documentary. I spotted him day one when I walked in there. Hung out with him for a solid 2-3 days in LA. Connected him with Ilias, the guy who did the coin book,
Okay.
the cryptocurrency physical coin.
Yeah, I met him with Ken at Futurist.
Ken met him as well. That's right. So they connected, which was a huge thing. And Crypto Mantis and Ilias are friends. And then Daniel is now coming to from who did the documentary. He's coming to Vegas as well.
Awesome.
So it's good to connect all these people because I know there's solid people in this community, and the more the better.
Yeah, that World CryptoCon in Vegas, it looks like it's going to be bananas. Like that looks like the event to go to this year. Everyone's going to be there, man. I was, me and Ken, as you know, we went on the Coinsbank boat cruise a few weeks ago, and we were there with Adam, who's organizing that whole conference. And dude, that guy is just on 24/7. Like he's the hardest working guy in crypto. I know that he's spending 20 hours a day, if not more, planning this event. I mean, we're seeing it on Facebook every day. There's a new speaker, there's a new exhibitor that he's
I've seen it too. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, so that's going to be a really good one. That's going to be something that people are going to be talking about for months after the event. Just like we're still talking about the Futurist conference in Toronto with Larry King. That was an amazing event.
That was, yeah. Tracy always does fantastic things.
Yeah, well, actually, Tracy's helping me. She's contributing anyway to Satoshi's Ball in a few ways that she can.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so
anything learn from her is a benefit because she's definitely doing the right thing.
Oh my God, she puts on amazing events, and with the Satoshi's Ball, we're gonna have a couple hours of networking at the beginning from 7 to 9, and from 9 to 3 a.m. we're giving everyone that VIP experience. It's going to be an amazing opportunity to mingle with the crypto people. So we're going to have a VIP section where me, Ken, all the exhibitors and crypto influencers are going to be hanging out there. People are going to have the ability to come in, interact with us. Me and Ken can check out their portfolios, see how it's looking, give some suggestions. We have 3 DJs coming out, maybe 4. We might be booking a 4th one. There's going to be food, booze, bottle service. It's really going to be an amazing night for anyone that comes out. But let's get back to Helium really quickly. So you guys are on 2 exchanges and a decentralized exchange. What's your next move?
Right.
Like, what's your guys' roadmap look like? Maybe we can actually pull the site up here and check out the roadmap.
Well, I mean, again, we're trying to keep the roadmap liquid because we know it's going to be kind of living, breathing. It might have to pivot here at times, depending on what's happening, not only in the markets, just with competition and everything else. We want to keep it liquid, but enterprise, we will be announcing, especially on the on the crypto media outlets. We'll be announcing partnerships that we've got with some major companies.
Okay.
And these are multi-billion-dollar companies, so these aren't just kind of your mom and pop shops. So once that is announced, the Helium Enterprise Alliance will also be announced.
Yep.
We plan on having upwards of 50 to 100 companies in there in the next 18 to 24 months. So once we've got our enterprise clients rolling, are doing both private and on and off chain transactions. We've got our clients already ready for download, so you can stake. Today, if you own any Helium, you can download our clients. Linux, Windows, iOS, Android. You download for any pretty much platform, and then you can lock up your coins in there and stake them for daily dividends.
So people can download those wallets right from
Helium.org. Yes, if you take the middle of the site,
Helium.org. And yeah, so if you scroll down past the information, past master nodes, you've got the options here to click for Mac, Windows, Linux, or GitHub and get a wallet set up. I see here you guys are on Slack, Facebook, Twitter. What are you guys most active on? I mean, and are you the one that's kind of running the social media marketing right now?
There's myself and Chris Lavelle. And Chris Lavelle was worked with Jason Cassidy, and Jason Cassidy is our founder.
Okay.
Jason's bringing the ball in this space. Jason and him worked at Evercoin together. Got Evercoin launched off the ground successfully, and then that's when Jason left that project and had the brainchild for Helium.
Awesome.
So as far as myself, I would say Facebook and Slack. I'm very active on Telegram as well. But as far as Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn and Instagram, that would be Chris, who pretty much handles that side.
Awesome. what advice would you give someone getting into crypto, brand new, someone who's fresh getting into crypto right now? What's some advice you'd give them?
I would say don't be deterred by the FUD that's out there. There's a lot of it. A lot of 99% of it is literally false. That lobbyists are putting out there to protect their old legacy model that is going to crumble regardless of what they're going to do. So I would say just take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own homework. So just because someone, you heard a guy say that this coin was the next big thing, might be that guy owns a ton of them and wants to pump it before he's going to dump it. So just do your own homework in this space. You really can't go wrong. I mean, if there's a solid project that's got, a game-changing app that's going to be going live, that's got a team from around the world that's a successful team, made up of some very on-the-ball people that came from financial backgrounds, computer science, software, government. So these are projects that, regardless on what the price is doing right now, doesn't mean that these can't be the next Amazons out there.
Yeah.
So everyone laughed at Amazon, said, you're never making any profit. But Bezos knew if you do this long enough and build something big enough, it's a game changer. And look at Amazon now. It's he's the richest person by far in the world because of this. That's in 15 years. He changed the way we shop. Mm-hmm. So this is going to change the way we do finance. And I think it's going to probably do it in 10 and be 10 times more meaningful.
Yeah, and crypto is such a game changer. And you hit the nail on the head, man. People need to realize where they're getting their news from and look at things with a critical view. I mean, we've got banks and governments that own the media. Bitcoin, 100%. Bitcoin threatens the banks and the government.
Media outlets, they all funnel up to two different companies.
Yep.
And those companies are probably in bed with each other. So really, we are getting one media outlet providing the world's news, which is, I know that's a scary, bloody thought.
It really is. And especially because Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it threatens banks and governments, not directly. I mean, it's the way I see it is Bitcoin is a better system. It's a system that allows us to interact globally with each other. It smashes down barriers and entry points. And that just naturally will threaten governments and banks. So they're naturally going to be putting out a lot of FUD, a lot of fake articles, a lot of fake news. There is so much good stuff going on in the crypto market right now. I was talking with, Samir from Coin Payments yesterday. They've got over 2 million businesses, e-commerce stores using the Coin Payments. That means there's 2 million places that you can spend Bitcoin. I mean,
and I know I'm signed up on Coin Payments myself.
Yeah, I mean, we don't hear about it. There's so much good stuff happening in the space, and all we hear about is the negative stuff. And where do you go to get your good news? Where are you going to do real research?
I do like the Vice, like ETH News, BTC News. I find all the major ones. I find almost CoinDesk and them are getting to be the CNNs of crypto.
Absolutely.
It's a shame. I was at Consensus this year, and I went to the one of the evening events at. It was like kind of a limited event. Tickets were pretty pricey for dinner, but it went there, and it was held by, I think, CoinDesk or Coin Agenda. They mocked every altcoin. It wasn't a very positive experience. I would not attend again. And things like that. Like, that's what we need to remove from this space. And in my mind, if the banks invented this or someone in the government invented this, we would be utilizing this 2 years ago in the masses. Mm-hmm. They would have made us not stopped the realization to the masses that this is the next wave of technology. And literally, I'm in my early 40s. I saw the internet. I was online in '94. When I saw the internet for the first time, especially when I saw it on eBay and things like that, I was like, this is the future, like, no doubt about it. Until I saw Bitcoin. I've only had that thing twice in my life. Bitcoin, when I saw it, it was the second time. I was like, there's no doubt in my mind. This is the next huge wave of things.
Absolutely.
When you hear Tim Draper and Wozniak, and all these people who are very intelligent, very, successful people from the old legacy system that left, 4-digit high, like disgusting paying jobs.
Yeah.
And it's, they see this too. And there's no going back once you see this. So when your eyes have been open to this, just like other things in life, you can't pretend you don't know this happens. And anyone who is saying, there's no way that this is the future. If you just look at that payment, the 94 million transaction for 8 cents with the bank, like, how can it's millions of times more efficient and cheap and cheap. So how can that not be a more successful business model?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Tell me about how you got into Bitcoin. What was the first time you heard about it?
Actually, I read an article about hobo nickels maybe in 2012 or 13. Thought it was weird. Someone on LinkedIn named Edwin Carlson from the UK kept posting stuff about Bitcoin. Read a lot about it in 2012. Tried to buy some, but couldn't find a Bitcoin ATM or someone around me that had any. So I started buying physical Cretaceous coins on eBay when they were worth way less than they are now.
Yeah.
So I started buying those for about 6 months. Right before Gox crashed, I bought a couple Bitcoins for about $20, like a couple like Satoshis. And then after the crash, I kind of, I realized this might be my main in here. And that's when I dove in kind of really deep. And very happy I did. And then I tried it from TD about a year and a half ago. I just kind of was on the wrong side of the fence morally and just where the world's going.
Yeah.
I'm happy I did. And I don't know, now when I look back, TD at the time, was telling me not to discuss things about blockchain and Bitcoin while I was working there because it was conflict of interest. And now TD is going all in on this. They're only 5 years late to when I was telling them, but either way, they're trying to. But again, if you look at the reason why Bitcoin is successful in this, this global network that can't be closed, the banks are trying to mimic that in the closed loop.
Yeah.
It's never going to be successful.
No, and I mean, people like us are never going to use a banker-backed coin. I mean, that's why we're not fans of coins like Ripple. I mean, why use something centralized and democratized when we have Bitcoin? We
might as well make Western Union coin and make it a 3-day delay to buy and
exactly. I mean, we're taking new technology. It's like putting a horse in front of a car.
Completely.
You know what I mean? And it's a problem that's happening a lot right now. And I'm a huge Andreas Antonopoulos fan. I watch his videos all the time. He was one of the first people that I started following when I got into the crypto space. And one of the things that he said that really resonated with me was we're in a cleansing period. It's any new technology, we're going to have companies that are going to show up and disappear. Like 99% of the coins that are out right now, we're not going to see them in 5 years. They're not going to be there. It's just like when the internet came out, there was hundreds of thousands of internet companies, hence the internet bubble. And we're left with 5 major ones now that are running that whole industry. And I think people don't really realize like how young the internet really still is and how much room the internet has to grow. Like, yeah, it works. Yeah, we have internet on our phone, but dude, go out in the country. Your reception sucks. Technology, just like Bitcoin, just like the internet, is ever evolving. It's gonna keep growing. It's not something that gets invented and we stick to it like the dollar. Yeah. We're seeing how well that works when they don't really alter the plan at all. So where do you see Bitcoin going in 5 years, like in terms of adoption and in terms of like the technology behind it? Do you see it evolving anymore?
I do, and I see it evolving kind of on the back end where the only reason coming from the banking sector, I know the history of Interact with debit. Debit took 16 years to successfully be ingrained in something that we just do naturally. Canada was one of the first adopters. Sweden was huge on it. Then North America came into play. But as far as Bitcoin, when the masses are going to utilize it, it's when they don't even know. I don't care how my debit card works. I don't need to know how it works. I have money. I want to buy something. 2 seconds, I walk out and it's paid for it. When crypto is at that level, crypto, will be technically that means that crypto is what's driving the economy at that point.
Absolutely.
Just like zeros and ones are technically now. And it's funny because I'm a huge collector of things, as you know, and I've been collecting magazines since I was, a teenager. Yeah. And if you look at Fortune magazine from the mid 80s, it's all U.S. steel, energy companies, Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, all these companies. You look up years later, it's the manufacturers, the Dells, the people who are making the hardware. You fast forward 10 years, everyone on the list is software companies. Mm-hmm. Apple's number 1, IBM, Microsoft, the list goes down from there. I think when we look at a Fortune magazine from 2022, those companies on there are going to be, the blockchain companies. else. It might be the augers and the lisks on there.
You getting eaten alive over there? What's going on? You got a little chihuahua or something?
My dogs are going crazy there.
That's cool, man. So, in terms of Helium, what is the next move for people that are staking or investing right now?
I'm sorry, Sean, can you ask me that again?
Yeah, no worries. So in terms of Helium, so you guys have a lot of people holding the coins, people that are staking it. What's going to be, in your opinion, the next catalyst that pushes Helium coin up to another price level?
Definitely the Helium right now. I think there was a lot of shakeout in the market, the uncertainty. So again, a lot of people are holding their coins for over a year from the spread split. So for the first week of trading, especially when Cryptopia went live, there was the buy and sell orders just weren't justified. There was no supply and demand that was correct. So the market's a little more stabilized right now at maybe 70 cents. Again, I remember Ethereum was 22 cents in their ICO. So it's the dollar figure isn't what we're worried about right now. Once the Enterprise Alliance, I think, is announced, and the companies that everyone's going to recognize on there are Fortune 500 companies. So that's going to drive the price up. As far as the more nodes that are coming online, I think we're up to 1,793 nodes this morning. That's very, very fast to get a very stable, secure network going. Others, take months to get remotely to that point. And that's only in, maybe a week and a half. Our Slack feeds are supporting a lot of the technical, because a lot of people have questions on the setup of their master nodes and the staking portion of it. So we're trying to look at that. But, if we get up to, 5,000-10,000 master nodes running, announce on multiple crypto journalist platforms, media platforms, that we've got, this announcement with these major enterprise clients. As well, we're going to do maybe about 60-second spots of Helium, just kind of, with the major roadmap, achievements that we've met. So coupled with that, probably the next, I would say, 6 to 10 months, I don't see why Helium's not going to be, hitting that $5 to $8 mark.
Awesome, man. Okay, so something I like to do with the guests that I have on the Just Learn Crypto show is a little exercise I call Explain Bitcoin to a 5-year-old. So you have kids, and I see you post pictures of your kids wearing Bitcoin shirts.
Yes,
son in a list shirt. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you've actually done this. You've taught your kids about Bitcoin, but just for the viewers, explain Bitcoin to a 5-year-old.
So the way I tell my kids is I offer them to, so they have wallets and they're on Earn and whatnot, so they're on the ball with this. But as far as I tell them that literally when I show them a dollar bill, and then I say, go get the game Monopoly. I tell them, I said, this is the exact same thing, only the world's been taught that this dollar bill is worth something other than the Monopoly dollar bill. It is literally in our minds that is the case. There's nothing backing that any longer in our systems. So unless we're on the gold standard or it's pegged to something, money is literally made up for nothing. So I let my kids know that, 10 years ago now, some brilliant individual or group made, a piece of software that we could actually make real money for the first time in history. And when you ask, do you want your money in $10 or in Bitcoin? Usually my son will say Bitcoin. My daughter will say cash because she wants to go spend it. Typical. Either way, I let my kids know that that the dad is working on a system of payment for the first time in history that is real money, and that's no one can do anything to change that. A government, a war, someone dying, nothing is ever going to change the real money. So I let my kids know technically that we've been using fake money until 10 years ago. And now, thank God, in their lifetimes, my daughter is 8 and my son is 7. So in their lifetimes, they've been born in a period where there's real money for the first time ever in a human's life.
Wow. So you've literally explained Bitcoin to a 5-year-old.
Totally. So I want them to realize, and kind of see the bigger picture on no one questions money anymore. We just use it to spend it. We don't care about it, it's why we have wars. It's why we have famine. It's why millions of people die every day. And I know money is literally, it's a devil fiat. And the quicker we get off that, I know the quicker we can change the world for the better.
Fuck yeah. I love your mentality, dude. Every time I chat with you, man, it's a pleasure. Why don't you let everyone know where they can follow you one more time, where they can follow Helium Chain before we wrap this up?
Sure. Yeah, so Helium is heliumchain.org, and our parent company is Helium Labs, if you want to check us out. As far as myself, I run bitbuzz.ca, bitbuzz.ca. .ca is the Canadian version, .com was taken. So that's a website with some helpful tips. There's a link to Just Learn Crypto on there as well.
Awesome.
So you can check that out. I am on Telegram as BitBuzzard. And then as far as myself, I'm at bitcoinkw@gmail.com or steve@heliumchain.org.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Steve. I won't be able to see you out in Vegas, but I'm going to see you in Ottawa in December. Maybe we'll bump into each other before then. Again, guys, anyone watching right now, follow Just Learn Crypto, follow Helium, stay up to date with these projects, guys. There's real projects out there making moves and trying to really improve the state of this industry that we're in. And there's real people behind these projects like Steve that believe in this to his core, and they're passionate about it. So follow Just Learn Crypto, follow Helium Chain, guys. And as always, have a good day.